Welcome back. It is blasted hot today.
Hotter than Hades.
Yeah, it's rough. So, what do we have going on today?
So we need to finish the vent stack upstairs, connect both this side and the bathroom side together and make it come out the roof.
Yes. So we've got the vent piping that we put together last weekend for the guest side bathroom and the laundry area have to be connected up in the attic and put through a penetration in the ceiling. I think we've got that worked out. We're hoping it won't take too long. We've got a lot of stuff in the attic, unfortunately. We had to move a lot of stuff up when we were doing the floors. Now we have to bring it all back down. So we're gonna get that taken care of and start the vent. Then
we're gonna move to the other side and continue the vent stacks over there and put them up through the roof.
Hopefully we've learned enough on this side that we can leverage that from what we're doing over there. We've got about twice as much vent over there that we've got to put up, but we don't have any long walls that we've got to go through. Maybe 3 or 4 penetrations in the walls and we'll be done. So if we're lucky, we'll be able to finish it at the end of this 3-day weekend.
That's right, you have Monday off.
I do.
All right. Oh, we also had a question from somebody who was watching about the bathroom and why we did the plumbing the way we did in the bathroom.
It was suggested that I should have built an 8-foot ceiling in this bathroom and just run the plumbing and the vent pipe and the electric through that, and it would have saved me all the trouble of having to run the pipes through the walls, all the holes that I had to drill, everything like that. And that's true, but when we were designing the house, this fir beam is one of the features that we wanted to have displayed. And it still would have shown in the bedroom, but it wouldn't have shown in the bathroom, and it just seems like a bit of a waste. I know it's a lot of work that we did. If we had it to do again, well, I don't plan on building another house, and I've got a feeling she wouldn't have let me get away with that anyhow.
Nope, not for the aesthetics, nope.
So we're gonna get after it over here on the other side. Paulo looks like he is just dying from the heat. I'm gonna turn this fan back on.
Poor baby.
I've got that pipe up there. What I've got to do is get that long pipe right there between that fitting and this one right here. Now that fitting's got some wiggle room to it, which is nice because that's going to help me out. This fitting is already put in. This is a straight shot from here to there, and the distance is good. I just need to make sure that I can get it in there and have that fitting lined up properly. 5 seconds, that should be good. Actually, we'll do that one first. Push this all the way in, and then I'll do this side. Yeah, I think we're good. That's the side. All the way out. Now we still got to do the rate on, but we're going to get that later. So there's the penetration. I'm going to come back and put some reinforcements here just to hold the pipe up. I don't really think it's going to go anywhere, but just to have it strapped. I'll check and find out what the code on that is. I'm sure there's a minimum distance for each strapping. I'll make sure I've got it. We're going to go to the other side, get busy over there. Yeah, it's cooking. Gotta keep that fan on, gotta keep drinking water.
So you're saying you're about to make a mess?
I'm making a little bit of a mess. That's alright, you're here. You can clean it up.
Not even funny.
Not even kidding.
Not even funny.
I could edit that out, but I'm not gonna.
You better take that out.
Okay, I did it twice. Twice I got something in my eye. I should have safety glasses on for 2 reasons. 1, for my eyes, and 2, these are brand new glasses. The last pair of glasses I had, I pretty much have destroyed by doing construction out here, getting chemicals and debris and all kinds of stuff.
Do you want me to get your safety glasses?
Well,
Is that what
I
you're
can't
saying?
just use safety glasses.
Get the blue goggles.
Yeah, maybe. That's probably not a bad idea.
Okay, let me go get your goggles.
Good morning, we're back. Last night when I was finishing up with the plumbing on the inside, doing the waste vent, I just got to the point where it was getting dark and I was getting pretty tired. And it was just so darn hot inside that it reached a point where it was actually cooler outside. So I came out here and I cut some wood. I've got this oak tree. This thing's been down for about 2 years now, maybe 3, I think 2. And I decided to cut it up and see if it was still solid enough to make good firewood, and it is. It's amazing this thing's been down so long and it's still wet. When you split it open, it smells kind of like a whiskey barrel. So it may not be ready to burn this winter, not even toward the end of the winter, but we're gonna get it stacked up and let it start drying, get it out in the sun so it gets a crosswind and gets plenty of sunshine for the next month or so. I'll probably work on the vent stack today for the rest of the day until maybe the last hour, then come out here and pull some of those rounds out that I cut yesterday, get them cut and see, or get them split rather, and see if we can't start getting them stacked up down here. I've been trying to bring an electrician in here to get some work done to get the panels installed, because I want them to put the panels in such a way that we've got a disconnect, we've got a transfer switch, because I want to put a propane generator up here. Everybody is so busy, there's so much building going on, and the price of lumber started coming back down, and with the price of lumber dropping like it has, building has taken off even more. So it's a crazy thing right now, but that's just how it is. One of the things that came up in the comments from last video was someone was talking about the wall that I built with all the plumbing going through it. They didn't think that it would pass inspection because so much wood was out of it and that it wouldn't be structurally sound. So it's not a load-bearing wall. In fact, this wall up to that top plate right there was all that was in here when we put the roof on. We brought the beams in, put the beams in, and put the roof on, and structurally That's it. The beams are what holds the roof up, 100%. This part up here, I came in and built later, and the only purpose that it serves is to separate this room from the bedroom. That's it. And it happens to have the plumbing in it. So there's no need to tear anything out. If I ever build another house, or I'm building another structure where I'm gonna do some plumbing, and I'll probably have to build an office and a bathroom for the barn, I'll probably build the walls with 2x6s to make it easier. But I surely ain't tearing this out, because this is fine, just as it is. Once again this morning, I had to head up to the hardware store so that I could get parts that I needed, because I used all of my 90-degree street elbows. And to get these pipes pulled together here and bring this vent pipe and this vent pipe together, I've got to get a little bit fancy coming across here to bring those two together into one, and then go across here and up into the attic. I have a plan. I think I've got all the parts that I need, so I'm going to jump on it and see if I can't get this knocked out in the next hour or so. I used two 22-degree adapters. Articulating them, I was able to get them to turn so that we had basically flat top to it, which is going to be putting the pipe filler up. That gets me this little Dr. Seuss, but it's not too bad. It gets it, I'll take it up here. One pipe up to here, and then I'm going to jump into the room. I'm not going through this, because this holds the house up. I feel like we made pretty good progress today, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm going to split some wood, cut some grass, see if I can't pull some of that firewood down, get it in the sun so it can start drying. I figured if I was going to walk the firewood down the hill, I should probably go ahead and clear myself a path through the tall grass. Come on. Whenever you start one task up here, you find another part of it that needs to be done. If I'm going to be bringing the firewood down the hill,
I have to have somewhere to put it, and I don't want to just dump it in tall weeds, so I needed to knock those down as well.
My bride is smarter than me, and she pointed out that I'm up here killing myself on this hill with this little rotary mower. I've already got the mower on the tractor. I could just fire it up and drive right up there and be done with it in like 5 minutes. Forgot about that.
Since we had the tractor up there, we went ahead and threw the wood in the bucket, brought it down, and we had enough time to cut up one of the totes so we could use it for firewood storage. After you cut the tote open, it's a good idea to get a file or a flap wheel and take the burrs and the sharp edges off, just to make sure you don't cut yourself while you're stacking up the wood. This is only the second tote that we've cut open like this, so we're still experimenting with what it is we like to have for an opening.
Well, it is fixing to storm this evening. I thought I had the day off, but I had to do some stuff for work. Then I had to run some errands. When I got up here, it was dreadfully hot. So I went out in the fields with the tractor. But right now, we're getting ready for a storm. So, I've got, figure I got an hour or two. I'm gonna come in here and see if I can't get something accomplished. Now, yesterday, I was able to get this put together. I had two pipes coming up that were both at kind of an angle. I was able to bring them together by using two 22-degree angles that I articulated to get it basically pushing the pipe parallel to the ground. So parallel, horizontal, parallel. There we go. Up and down. How about that? There we go. You can see how I did in school. So I said it's gonna rain, and I can hear the rain coming. Even if it's inconvenient for me, we definitely need it. So we have been dry. Need to get the aquifer replenished, and that's gonna take time. This piece is going on top of here, but I am not going to be drilling a hole through this top plate. My reason for that is simple. This supports the joists above it, and above the joist is a knee wall. The knee wall actually sits over here about 1.5 feet, but these two top plates support the joist. I don't want to do anything that's going to mess up the integrity of that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bounce this pipe out and up through the ceiling. I may box it out, not really sure, but I'm definitely going to trim it out in some fashion. But I'm absolutely not going to mess with the integrity of those double top plates right there, because this is a load bearing wall, and I don't want to do anything to take away from its strength. Now, the last video we were doing vent plumbing on the other side of the house, And I had somebody comment on it and ask if I could provide a diagram so that they would understand it a little bit better. And I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna slip it in right now. If you work with me, you can probably see the diagram here. These are the walls of the house, the roof of the house, and this is the attic space. You have a vent pipe coming in. Anytime you go any place, if you look at a house, you'll see a pipe sticking up through the roof. That is a vent pipe. That pipe allows air to come in, travel down through the plumbing where it joins up with the fixtures. So if you've got a pipe that's traveling down a wall, try not to knock this over here, traveling down a wall, and then you have you have another pipe that's putting water, that water's going this way into this pipe, and you don't have a vent stack. All you have is this pipe right here, and the water's traveling this way. It has a tendency, just like if you have a straw in your hand and you hold your finger on one end of it, that water doesn't want to come out. The moment that you open it up and allow air to come in the top, it comes shooting out the bottom. The vent stack works exactly the same way. If you're just dumping water straight into a pipe that doesn't have a vent, it's going to gurgle and glug and vapor lock, and sometimes things are going to get clogged up. So to make your plumbing work properly, you have a vent stack at the top, you have the air coming down, your appliance, and this is a pretty terrible appliance illustration here, but you basically have a line that comes in dumping your water. Like say you had the P-trap here under a sink. The line comes in, dumping the water in. The air behind it allows it to continue to move, and it moves down into your public sewage or your septic system.
A lot of the pieces and parts of this build have been things that I haven't really had to think about before. I gain a great appreciation for people who do this every day. It is rather unglamorous, but it does take a lot of creativity to figure out how you're going to make all these things fit together properly, stay within a confined space of the code, and work and not be visibly obtrusive.
All right. So what I'm doing here, I'm about to drill up through this floor. There's nothing going to be stored above this. This is just, basically it's attic space. All the attic space in this house is conditioned attic space. And the reason is the ceiling itself is made of 10-inch SIPS panels. They're actually 10.5 inches, but they're insulated. They have an R40, I want to say R48, R42, somewhere up there. It's a decent amount of insulation for the zone that we're in. I am in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains of Virginia. We're at about 900 feet right here where the house is built. The mountain behind us goes up to over 3,000 feet. We don't get a ton of snow. It's not like we're out in, Colorado or any place like that. Some years, I don't even know if we get a foot of snow, and some years we'll get several feet. So up above, this is conditioned space. I'm not messing with any insulation. There's not going to be a heat transfer coming down. The space above me is going to be relatively the same temperature as the rest of the house. There's always a little bit of heat rising, but this pipe goes up. It's going to go over and join the other vent pipes, and it's going to go out the ceiling. I've got 2 other fixtures that have to join up to this one in here, and then we'll be able to get this thing out of here. I'm just stuffing a rag in this hole to keep sawdust from falling down in it. I'm not terribly worried about it clogging up, but there's no reason to put foreign matter in your pipes if you don't have to. Again, this is a vent stack, so the only thing that should be going down here is air and any condensation that happens to be in it. There we are. I can actually stick that pipe up there and glue it later. I don't think I'm gonna get all this stuff tied together tonight. Yesterday I came up here, I did a lot of work outside on the farm. farm doesn't go away. The land still needs to be worked, at least well enough so that when we get moved up here, we can get all caught up on things. Came up here and I did just a little bit of work on the house, did a little bit of work on the outside as well. A little bit at a time adds up to a lot in the end. I'll probably be staying home tomorrow night because we got a big storm coming from that hurricane that's down hitting Louisiana right now. So, well, I don't always get to do what I want to do. I put off creating a midweek video because I wanted to be done with the vent plumbing. And unfortunately, I'm still not done. I'm almost done, but I'm just not there. It's Friday night. I'm up here. I'm going to give a go at it if I can get through this small task first. But I have not cut the fields. I started cutting the orchard the other day, but I haven't cut the fields more than a month. And as you can see, they're high. That grass is high. I'm just gonna jump on this front field, knock it out real fast, and if I've got time left, I'm gonna go back there and work on the plumbing. I wanted it to be all done before I drop this video, but it's just not gonna be. Alright, I got this field cut, at least this front piece of it. There's a whole bunch of stumps and things over there. I weave my way around those I try to keep as much of the overgrowth down. Eventually I'll get back in there with the excavator and I'll pull all those stumps and this field will be good to go. And the plan has always been to put some more apple trees further up on this side and put animals over on that side, but we might switch it up. Not really sure yet, but I still gotta spread this lime. There's just so much to do. I promise next video we'll be done with that plumbing. Probably only got about really 2 hours left to do on it, but I just didn't get a chance to jump on it today. Sun's already down on the other side of the mountain. I'm gonna jump back in the tractor, get up here to the house. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Come on back and check us out again at Breakheart Orchard. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So it was suggested to me that what we should have done, there we go. It was suggested that what we should have done was built.
That works.